Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. And this is the last meeting before the 4-year anniversary of Russia's aggression, full-scale Russian aggression against Ukraine. So tomorrow we are entering the 5th year of the war. And there is no more important discussion than today. The decision-making has to be there. So we are fully committed both to the 20th sanctions package, strong, including maritime ban, maritime services ban, but also political commitment, economic commitment, military commitment to support European values of freedom, sovereignty, territorial integrity of Ukraine. So Russia's war has to be ended in a peace that is just, in a peace that is lasting. And Latvia, as a member of UN Security Council, will deliver that message tomorrow at the UNSC. The second part of everything is, of course, that Russia's war is failing. Moving with 15 meters a day, or not, as we have seen, Ukraine has recovered significant territory, quite clearly shows that Russia is not achieving its strategic objectives on the battlefield. So we should not let them achieve that at the negotiations table. So we stand fully behind Ukraine, and we also think that Europe should be at the negotiations table, because nobody else but Europe decides for European principles and European values. So that is a message we deliver both to our Ukrainian friends and to our American friends. We are stronger together if we stand together also at the negotiations table. And for Ukraine to be strong at the negotiations table, they need military aid. They need air defenses, because yes, drones are doing some damage, but it's the missiles, Russian cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, that do the most damage. So air defense systems, but also long-range strikes into Russia to make sure that legitimate military objects are effective. And third, unity, unity, unity. European unity, global unity, showing to Russia that they are not succeeding anywhere. And that means the votes in the UNGA. On Tuesday we have the vote on the Ukrainian resolution. But that also means continuing not electing Russia into international leadership positions in the organizations. And weakening Russian economy, Russian capability on the battlefield, the peace is within reach. That's my message today.
Would you like a chance to get these sanctions through in time for the anniversary, though?
We will get them through.
Minister, you said that we have to show that Russia is not succeeding, but while
Russia is not succeeding.
While we have Hungary and Slovakia, specifically Hungary in this union, it looks like Russia succeeds, because we hear that they ban the sanction package, they ban a loan for Ukraine. What to do with these countries, specifically Hungary?
The loan is true, so that will be proceeding quite clearly. There are certain technical arrangements that is for later to be decided, but the loan is there, and we will deal with the sanctions package.
Minister, can you emphasize what's one specific commitment your country is doing right now to prevent 5th anniversary?
Well, what Latvia is doing is everything that we can. We just delivered another package of energy support, and we are preparing another one, including we are literally moving thermoelectric station that has been dismantled in Latvia that we don't need anymore, that is being transferred. But also militarily, we are just announced another Pearl commitment for exactly the American capabilities that are the most efficient against the Russian missiles, but also humanitarian support. The Latvian public TV is running very wide, large public campaign to gather donations and to bring what is needed to the front and to the people. The same is done by private TVs, by NGOs, by businesses. So it's all across the board. That is what we are doing, and we'll continue doing so.
Minister, you mentioned that Europe should be at the negotiation table, but who should represent Europe? Is it should be like special envoy or like?
Well, we have European representatives. That's why we have the leadership of the EU. So it's pretty straightforward in our case.
Minister,
Minister, we saw in the draft of this sanctions 20th package seaport in the territory of Georgia. Also, we see the numbers of oil delivery from Georgia for last months. Will you support this decision? And also, how do you estimate the situation in Georgia, the deterioration?
I cannot comment on classified discussions, so I'm not going to do that on particularities. And situation in Georgia, I think you have heard me saying that I think Georgian people deserve the government respecting their European choice, which is not happening currently.
Sir, after 4 years of the war between Russia and Ukraine, what's the future of the Ukrainian refugee in Europe?
Well, we are hosting a large number of Ukrainian refugees. They are partially integrating well, but of course they all want to live back in democratic, safe, sovereign Ukraine. And that is our obligation, I think, for all of us to make sure that those people can return to Ukraine that is democratic, sovereign and free.
So some of them, they want to stay in Europe.
The mobility nowadays, as we all know ourselves, we can live part of the year. That's part of the freedom in Europe. We can live in one place, work another place, study, and then go back. So it's not Soviet Union, which limited people to be moving around. I thank you.
They start to talk about the necessity to talk directly to Russia. Some would suggest that Mr. Costa should be given a kind of mandate to negotiate in the name of the EU. Do you think it's the time? What do you think about the idea?
I think as Chancellor Merz said in Munich speech, where he described that there was a leader of one of European states who went to Moscow before at the start of the war and came back quite shattered. So currently we don't see any indications that Russia wants peace, that there is move towards peace, so we don't see the ability for Europe to talk with Russia. In the same time, of course, we have multilateral negotiations, Ukraine, US and Russia, and Europe should be at that table because there are European interests in there, and only Europe decides for European interests.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.